So hold on, we're pushing record. So I'm putting this segment of the cavalcade of authors to it's two tribe members, but we're bringing Solsire on. She is our second international tribe member, because we have one that is from Jamaica. Let me pull this, and this is Solsire y Felida. And this is when she changed the hair to I love that hair color. Love it. And I'm going to turn this over to her host, the person, it's probably a tribe thing. So I'm making sure that everybody's unmuted and it's recording. So Shakir, it's all yours.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for being with us this afternoon. My name is Shakir Rashaan. I am national best-selling author of 11 and counting as far as the catalog is concerned. I am here with Solsire Felida. She is quite literally one of my favorites as of recently. I've been able to get a chance to kind of try and find out a few more things about her as far as that is, but I will let her introduce herself as well. Solsire, how are you this evening?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. I'm doing fine. Uh, a little tired, but okay.
Good.
I,
I'm glad to
yeah.
hear it. Definitely. What would you like? I normally with a lot of my interviews with folks, I usually let them do all the talking. So I'm gonna let you explain to the audience what your books are about and everything that you would like for folks to know.
Well, I write romantic suspense books, and yeah, it's about second chances in love, in life. That's kind of my theme, giving people second chances through books, through stuff like that. And I'm a little bit nervous, so bear with me.
No
Uh,
worries.
We
Take your
got you.
time.
We got
Take your
you.
time. We
We got
got you.
you.
um, that's about it. Yeah, I write romantic suspense novels, and the theme around it is second chances.
What actually drew you to that specific type of storyline as far as second chance romances?
Mm, mostly out of life experiences, me wanting to give people second chance, so I started writing about it.
Okay,
For
definitely.
example,
Go ahead.
in my book Baby Dreaming of You,
Mhm.
I wrote the heroine's father in, and I made him redeemable because
Okay.
I wanted to write it off my chest, because I wasn't that good with my own father.
I see.
Yeah, I incorporated it in the book, and it actually made me feel better.
Well, that definitely helps.
That's how it
Absolutely.
started. That's how
Good
it
deal.
started. Yes.
It is. I like that writing. You get to kind of right some wrongs
Yes.
in that happen in real life, and you can write them the way you wanted them to happen.
Yes.
And sometimes some of that thing gets resolved because when you start writing it and you release it a little bit, like you said, it
Yes.
made you feel better. Yes, I totally had to do that with my mom, and that experience helped me to forgive a lot of what I experienced with her. And
Yeah.
so it's interesting to hear you say that because you're from a place I had never heard of. This is a lot of firsts today, the impreg thing, and then
Yes,
the reverse
indeed.
harm thing yesterday, and then this thing. But you're from a place I'm gonna try it. But I think the way you say it is so beautiful. But I'm gonna try it. Curacao.
Yes. Curacao.
Yes, yourself.
Got that. Where is that?
It's in the Caribbean, near Aruba and Saint Martin
Hmm.
and places like that. We're kind of like the ABC of the Caribbeans.
Hmm.
Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Saint Martin, and Bonaire. Yeah, I already said Bonaire, but those are the islands. And we're
Right.
actually we belong to the Netherlands.
Hmm.
Curacao does. It's a Netherlands
Yes.
province.
Yeah.
Okay. And right
Yes.
now, that's where you are. You're in.
Yes. I'm living in the Netherlands right now.
Hmm.
So They wanted to break free a few years ago, like Aruba did, but we still belong to the Dutch, to the Netherlands.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
interesting because that's Holland, or when we say Holland,
Holland,
but
yes.
it's
We call
interesting.
it Netherlands or Holland. It has both names.
We have a South Holland, and somebody misunderstood when I said that you were from Holland. They thought you meant South Holland
No, I
here
wish.
in Illinois, which is not too far from Chicago. But it started under Dutch laws, to the point that they didn't even allow only gasoline and something was sold on Sundays. All the stores were closed in that area on Sundays. You couldn't buy or sell anything except for gas.
Okay. Fun fact, I'm actually from South Holland. The region where I live is South Holland. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of true.
But trust me, they thought I was going to be able to go to your house and pick up a book.
No,
So,
I
Okay, that's
wish.
what it was.
I wish.
yeah, they meant our South Holland. I'm like, no, it's not quite that easy. They wanted an autographed copy. And
Oh,
like they thought I could just run up the street and get it. And like, no, not that particular South Holland.
I'll
So,
give you
Not-
one soon. I'll give you soon.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Absolutely. What started you on your writing journey? What exactly was the starting point for you?
Childhood trauma.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I
Without
started
getting, yeah,
without getting into details. Childhood
yeah,
trauma.
yeah. That's why I say I wouldn't want to get into details on that. Definitely, I can definitely respect that as far as that is. Tell us about what, where, like, I guess as far as Dreaming of You is concerned, what exactly helped you get through a lot of the other, I guess the romantic aspects of the book itself? What exactly was the drivers for that? What drove you for that?
I wanted to give her a happy ending, even though the book is suspenseful, because I truly believe in true love. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't at first until I met my husband.
Oh,
I was kind of, and yeah, use them for a better word. Sorry.
okay. Say that
Always.
sentence again because you faded out a little. So
Oh, sorry. I really didn't like boys very much growing up. I dated them, sure enough, but only to use them, to yeah, inflict pain on them, if I'm being honest.
Understood.
Because I thought all men were the same from an early age,
Okay.
because of my father,
yeah.
Fair.
actually. Yes.
But now you write. So your husband is kind of the catalyst for the happiness that your characters find
Yes.
in
Yes.
because you're seeing that love that he gives to you, and it kind of, I think for me it was one male in particular. I have a traumatic beginning as well to my life from my mother and my father and my uncle, and there's that one man that always comes into your life. Well, not always, well, for me, that kind of made up for all the wrong. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It just kind of wiped away all of the negative. You still have the wounds there. You know how you got it.
Yes.
But the focus on the love is so deep that, yeah, people can change. That changed in my writing because
It helps you grow.
it does. It helps you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely. I think we were saying that. I think we said that there was an excerpt or two that you wanted to pull from one of your books. Is that correct?
yes, from Joey's Girl, which has been
Yes.
sent to beta read, and hopefully, if everything works out fine, it will be re-released in December on the
Nice.
23rd.
Good.
Yes.
So fingers crossed. I'll just
Yes.
pull it up.
Fingers and toes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Did you freeze on us? I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I'm
hold
looking
on.
for the
But you just
particular.
staying in the same spot. I'm like, wait, hold. And in between time, while you're pulling that up, let me show the latest from Shakir. That's one of his Love Lust. I love that cover. That cover was done by none other than number one son, J.L. Woodson.
Absolutely.
J.L. Woodson. So that's one of them. I'm trying to find the other one that I love while she's pulling that together. There was one that you did recently. I'm trying to find it. Oh my God, where is it? Where is it? Ah, let me share this one.
Jeez.
It's okay. We got you. We're gonna
Take your time. You're good.
You sound like a minister. Take your time. Take your time. We're gonna take up offering when it's over. But
Absolutely.
so hold on. Let me put this one out here for Shakir. Bam. This cover
Yeah.
right here. Samoa. Oh my God. Tell her, what is that?
Samoa is actually
Ah,
the fourth book in my Nubian Underworld series. That one has any of my fans of that particular series knows about Nefertari. She is front and center on this particular story. It is a fantasy weekend where the women quite literally are on top. They are all dominant or dominant leaning with regard to that particular weekend, and all of the men are subservient. So all of that is its own brand of basically it was my way of making sure that the concept of dominance and submission was not always a static concept in terms of the men always being dominant and the women always being submissive. So it was my way of one, flipping the paradigm, two, putting Nefertari on her own stand and her own microscope, so to speak. So
Do you get
it was a
backlash because of them from flipping that script? Because men, we don't necessarily want to read about men in a submissive uh, setting. In that, in that sense.
I won't say that I got backlash from it. I think it was a matter of perspective, because no one really read a lot of the series. They didn't realize moving what type of moving through with regard to that concept that I go through. There are dominant women and dominant men throughout my entire series. So it's not like this is a foreign concept to anyone who's read this series. It's just that I felt that she needed to be on stage as the main woman on step. They were so used to Ramses that, I won't necessarily say that she faded into the background, but I felt like she needed a spotlight.
Indeed, indeed. You ready for it, Solsire?
yes.
All
Good
right.
deep. Looking for.
It's a little bit steamy.
By all
So
means.
I hope you don't.
We all
Okay.
grown folks over here. We all grown.
Absolutely.
Okay. I hope you don't mind a little detour, Jordan said, pointing toward the carriage with two beautiful dark horses waiting for them outside. Good evening, sir, ma'am, the driver greeted, tipping his head. You didn't, Tiana shrieked. Jordan had gone overboard with his surprises. The guy was seriously scoring some major brownie points. What she liked the most was the way he seemed to be enjoying their date as well. Jordan wasn't forcing himself to get through the evening in the hopes of collecting at the end of the night. Happy with the reaction he'd gotten from his date, he helped her into the carriage and followed suit. 20 minutes into their ride, Tiana's freaky side managed to take control over her, giving Jordan a taste of what she had in store for him. Suddenly seemed much more appealing than the ride itself. She didn't waste any time and ran her fingers up and down his upper thigh, lingering a bit longer than necessary at his groin area. He turned to face Tiana and captured her hand in his, positioning it on his manhood with a look in his eyes that dared her to make the next move. Not one to back down from a challenge, she rubbed the tip of his arousal ever so gently with her tongue. Before long, she had him exactly where she wanted him as his pre-cum stained his legs. If you don't want me to spread you out on this back seat and give that man a show, you better stop teasing me. You have no idea how much I want to bury my tongue in you right now. Jordan groaned, slipping one hand in Tiana's panties, circling her clit with his thumb, before letting his fingers slip inside her folds. Taking it out again, he brought it up to his mouth and savored every single drop of her essence. Delicious. Um,
She's blushing.
oh my God. His raspy voice alone made Tiana want to let him have his way with her right there. Prince Street, the driver announced as their transportation approached Jordan's apartment in Soho, reminding the pair that they weren't alone. When the carriage came to a stop, the man stepped off his bench and opened the door for them. Jordan quickly took Tiana's coat and positioned it in front of his crotch to conceal his stand with a coy smile before he helped her down. Thank you for your business, sir, the guy said, looking down at the $50 Jordan had slipped into his hand. If you're ever in need of a ride again, please don't hesitate to contact me. As you can see, I'm very discreet and always mind my own business. He winked, letting them know that he knew exactly what had been going on behind his back. Jordan didn't flinch. He kept staring in front of him, barely containing his laughter. His date, on the other hand, wanted the ground to open up and swallow her whole. Thanks, man. I'll be sure to keep that in mind, he chuckled, unlocking the front door. Tiana rushed past him in such a hurry, trying to get away from the guy's lingering gaze, that he didn't get a chance to stop her in her tracks. His plan on the ride over was to devour her as soon as they got home. Alas, she managed to escape him in time and was now hiding in the bathroom, leaving him with no other option but to call her out. Tickled that she managed to escape his clutches just in time to go freshen up, Tiana pulled the toilet lid down and took a seat. She yearned to feel Jordan inside of her for as long as she could remember, and now that it was finally going to happen, she was feeling a bit nervous until she heard 3T's Tease Me blasting through Jordan's surround system. The guy was using one of her favorite songs to send her a message, and she'd heard it loud and clear. Tiana got to her feet and stripped down to a red flower bone bustier with matching G-string. The black stockings provided a little extra, so she kept them on as she retouched her lips with the red lip gloss she carried around in her purse. When he played the song for a second time, intentionally cranking up the volume louder, she decided that she'd kept him waiting long enough. She found him kneeling beside the fireplace. Once he got the fire going to his liking, he stood and turned around, coming face to face with her. Noting inwardly at the reaction her wardrobe had evoked from him, she took 5 steps towards him, biting her bottom lip. Go on. Yes.
So that is from
Joey's Girl.
Joy's Girl. And right now
Yes.
you're having it with a beta reader. You've already had it published by another house, but now your process, what is going on now that you're doing it now again?
I went from the first point of view to the third point of view.
Mm-hmm.
It's written in the third character, I mean. And yes.
So how is that?
Up a little bit, but it's definitely the same story, only took some things here and there out.
How was that process for you, going from the first person to third person for you?
Difficult, because I'm accustomed to writing in the first person.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this since I began writing, but it's going. So yeah.
I know the feeling. I know how that can be, because I know I started out first person as well, and trying to move to third person was its own challenge for me as well. So I definitely feel your pain on that.
Do you find now that you're writing in third person that it kind of frees you up for some things that you're kind of limited in first person?
Yes, when they're having an eternal battle, you cannot. They're in a touch. You cannot share it as much as you want to with the third person.
That part.
At least with me, my books.
But actually, all of the narrative is their internal thoughts, and unless, and I'm putting my editor hat on, all of their narrative is their internal thoughts. And when you want to say something that is specifically outside of the narrative, you put it in first person and you put it in italics.
Yes, I did that, so hopefully it's good.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
good. I don't
It
want you
was
to
a
We're
miss out.
looking,
That's
challenge.
what I'm telling you now. I don't want you to miss out on none
we're
of
looking
that.
forward to it.
Yeah.
No, but I knew that from the classes. So the classes were online,
Yeah.
but sometimes what I'm trying to say gets lost in translation. So I hope I'm making myself clear.
How does your family feel about all of that steam
Mm,
in your
it was
book?
hard with my aunts, and my brother-in-law's mother also read it, and she
Ooh.
told me, she called me and said, "Wow, that was steamy."
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me if that's my experiences, sexual experiences, but no, they're just positions I look up on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some,
Well,
Or
some,
see,
right.
some.
Even if it wasn't none of their damn business
I'm
knowing.
about
Yeah.
to say you can tell them or you cannot tell them. It don't matter.
I tried some out. I'm not going to lie. I tried out.
That's
So,
fun.
my husband has a freaky side also, so
Hey,
I'm
makes for
lucky.
good writing. Makes for
He's
good
not
writing.
stiff. Hmm?
Indeed, indeed. Oh my God, I cannot wait till we lay eyes on you. I'm trying to
Yes.
hope that when things kind of loosen up here and they say get right here in America, that
Next year.
I'm looking for that Bahamas trip. If we do that Bahamas, you got to come, because then you can slide through home, because you're not, not too far away when it comes to that. But I want to lay eyes on you. You have been a silent cheerleader since I met you. What was it, last year? And just the things that you've gone through in the publishing industry. I mean, we've all had issues with things, and publishers sometimes they can not necessarily want to see you progress even better than they do. I've had that experience, and and the thing about it is there's room enough in the industry for everybody. And
Yes.
what I know is that you have to, when you're understanding that and getting with a tribe of people who, when you go up, they go up, and all of us are trying to go up in the same way. Because I'm saying there's money. Once one person finishes reading a book, they're going
Mm.
to read another book and another book and another book. And I think people
Yes.
lose sight of that. And I'm sorry, you were actually, I wouldn't say what do you call it when not a victim of it, but when you say a casualty of ego, when
Mm.
people are not seeing the bigger picture for your success, and it's coupled with theirs. So I'm glad you have the tribe now, because
Yes.
we got you. We got you 100%, whatever you need. And I know, which beta reader are you working with?
Deborah,
Good.
Yes.
she's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the main girl. That's the main not girl, main woman. Excuse me. I'm a woman. I'm not a girl. Thank you very much. And she's awesome. She is one that is straight shooter. She was the one that told me, because
Yes.
I put a lot of my pain in my books from the experiences with my mom, that she had told me at one point she reads it because she loves me. But if it wasn't me, she wouldn't read my books. In the beginning books, there was just that much pain in there. And that's not what she reads a book for.
Emotion.
She knew
Mm.
it was my personal experiences. So she's the reason that I made some drastic changes over the last 2 years of toning things down, of changing the direction, and not putting so much angst and personal pain in there. I can make mention of it, but I don't have to drag the reader through that. So
Mm.
it's going to be, Deb is the bomb.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Like
agree.
Debbie said, yep, 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 yep. See, Raven K. Stone is going to get to be introduced to Deb. You'll be saying, yep, 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 too. So there's that. So what is your next project, Solsire?
Well, I'm finishing up another book of mine called Music, Love, and Everything in Between, which is
Hmm.
set to release next year on my birthday, May 11th.
Oh,
I'm
good.
also in a few anthologies with the Tribe, Tree to be exact, and a full-length novel called Queen of Curacao, which is set to release next December. So I'm pretty busy, but
Yes.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yes. And then you're redoing Dreaming of You.
Yeah, that's a whole project. It was a big book. It is a big book because it was a series I turned into one full-length novel. So
Okay.
I'm going to have to dissect it. Is that a good word?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
a good
that's a
word.
good
But it
word.
sounds
Okay.
painful. Woo, woo. Because
That's a good word to use.
because let's look at it. It was a series first, then you put it together. Now you got to
Yes.
pull it apart. That's some pain.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
that.
it wasn't selling as much as I wanted to. I have good feedback on the series. I
Mhm.
still pull up some of the reviews on Goodreads because they make me feel good. And
I get it.
overall, I had great feedbacks on the series. But yeah, I'm not really known. I'm not a known author, so I have
Well, hopefully
to.
we'll be able to help change that a bit.
Yeah, I'm already glad if one person reads my book, so I'm a lucky girl.
What time is it
Absolutely.
over there?
It's almost 10:30
Oh,
Mhm.
it's nighttime. You about to turn. You about to turn
night.
in a hot second. So
No,
let me let you finish this out, and then I've already been. There's going to be some more tribe members that come in because she's done
Right.
her reading, and we've got some readings coming up from tribe members. So we're excited
yes.
about that.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
stay a little while longer.
Okay, okay, we got.
Good.
Yes.
But
Well, tell everybody where they can find you online, whether it's by site or by social media,
I'm
just to
gonna
let
put
them know.
my info in the chat.
Absolutely.
So
but you
so
got to
if they
tell us
wanna
too. Tell us out
tell
loud
us,
where we can where they.
I have a website you can go to. It's www.solsirefelida.com. I have an Amazon account. You can find me there under Solsire or SA Felida. I have a Facebook account, also SA Felida, Instagram, Twitter, BookBub, Goodreads. Whoa,
Hold on, let me see if I can get that on the screen.
mhm.
Here we go. Share that. There we go.
Yes,
Let's make it bigger.
Hmm.
Make it rain. Bam. Okay.
yes,
That way you can know how to spell her name or the two ways that she writes under Solsire. There's a little accent mark there. I haven't mastered how to put those in, but yeah.
those are annoying.
But that changes it from being Solsire to Solsire. So
Right,
Absolutely.
they're may be annoying, but they're important.
yes.
Agreed.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I'm going to bring on some of the other tribe that are waiting to get in to
Mm.
because we're now this is the time that we're going to do readings and a little bit from each one. So